everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this particular section. Just real quick, I want to cover this. I have almost completed a report that I've done with my conclusion on the Harry S. Truman signature. This is kind of like a pre-release, unedited, quick copy, but I cover everything that I really have thought of so far. If any of you would be interested in getting a copy of this, please just let me know, and I will make sure that I keep a copy on hand for you. Right now it's only in PDF format. Eventually, when I have something complete, then I may be looking to do something a little bit more with it, but right now it's just in the PDF format. So if you're interested in that, just send me a message and we can work something out. Let me go ahead and close this. What I have here is two signatures, as you can see, and what I want to talk about is giving you examples of comparing signatures. How can you come to a conclusion that something looks a little bit more real, rather than, how do you know the difference if something is fake or if it's real, that sort of thing. And part of what a paranormal look is that we look at things digitally, and there's a lot of ways that you could do this a long time ago, where when you didn't have the technology, you could just use a magnifying glass, and there's other types of lenses and crazy things that people used to use. But since we're in a new technology age, we can use this to our advantage, and we can even take things that were done a long time ago that weren't done this way, and everything is all kind of up for grabs again, because we can reanalyze the data. So anyhow, these are two signatures that I have done. One of them is I would consider a real signature, and the other one I would say is a fake signature. Now, yes, I did both of these, so I did in fact sign them both, but one of them is real and one of them is fake. And as you can see, we have example 1 here and we have example 2. And I just wanted to show you this before I go ahead and reverse the image here. You can get just one of my favorite things to do, so that you can kind of see things that you normally wouldn't be able to see, help things stand out. So I'm going to kind of let you guys choose as we go along, if you want to play along, and then I'll tell you exactly how I did this stuff later, and tell you which one's real, which one's fake. So I talk about getting a catalog of signatures, and what a catalog is a catalog is at least 10 examples of the real deal, meaning 10 authenticated items that you know are real, and then you compare it to whatever item is in question. I would recommend that the catalog have at least 10 examples, or authentic signatures. I would say up to 20, but the reason that you do that is because there's so many minor differences and so many different kinds of pens that someone could use. There's just a lot of different variables, so you need a good base, or I call it a catalog, to analyze the data the best. There's so many small differences of when people sign things that you really need something good to compare it with. In my report, I talk about examining a real one, a real authentic signature, in comparison to whatever you're trying to compare it to. But I don't like to do 1 and 1. So one signature from the catalog and one that's in the item that's in question, which is your, are you wondering is real or fake. So even if we have 1 and 1, in this case we have 1 and 1. We have one of them that is real, and we have one of them that is fake. So even when we have this risky analysis, you are still able to come to a pretty decent conclusion if you do it right. So what do we notice in the first signature? Well, I'm going to go ahead and read first a part of my report that I did, and talking about ways to spot a fake. And I actually go into different types of forgery methods and how fakes are done, the different kinds of processes that are taken to try and convince somebody that it's real. There's so many different things to consider. So just give me 1 second here. I'm browsing for. Okay. This comes from the section, the signs of a fraudulent item. I want to make sure that I have my timer up so that we stay within YouTube limits, since I'm specifically doing this for YouTube. So the signs of a fraudulent item. Usually an item is created for a purpose, usually for personal gain. And personal gain does not necessarily mean money. It could also satisfy the creator of the item due to the audience's reaction, the attention that it receives. A hoax is usually a fabrication or fictitious story, or of a fictitious story, and a created item, hoping to convince the public or audience that what they are showing is real. When I say the item refers to whatever is in question. It could be anything. In this case, we're talking about signatures. With today's world of technology and computers, the internet is changing the world, and it's already changed the world dramatically. Today, you don't even have to leave your house to get anything. Everything can be brought to you, including groceries. At least here in the US where I'm at, you can have groceries delivered to your door. The internet has had a huge hit on music and entertainment industry, especially with the use of piracy, and you can always find a better deal online with just about anything you wish to purchase. So we have this. We have in my report I've discussed how to spot auto pen, and there's a lot of fraud that's going on. People trying to you go on eBay or whatever. There's a lot of people selling supposed autographed things from celebrities and music artists and movie stars and all that sort of thing. And there's a lot of fraud going around. So the best signs of a fraudulent autograph or signature are the following. Number 1, the signature is completely different than a verified one. There seem to be no other records of this particular way it was signed. So if you only have literally one signature that looks completely different than any other signatures that you've seen that you know to be true, it's just a sign that it could be fraudulent. Number 2, the signature maintains a constant pressure, making every stroke or line the same thickness as the rest of the signature. There is no change throughout the entire signature. This can also be seen with auto pen. However, this is also seen when someone writes very slowly, especially when slower than how the real signature would have been signed. Speed and fluidity is accounted for. If the signature does not appear to have these things, it is counted as an inconsistency. An inconsistency or a flaw, I might add, does not necessarily prove that what you are looking at is a hoax or a fraudulent document. You still have to consider a number of things. However, it will count as an inconsistency, or you can say as a point against, persuading you of whatever your final conclusion will be. Number 3, the item has been touched up. If you suspect that that whiteout or liquid paper or any other thing was used in tampering or touching up, be very cautious. Touching up will look unnatural and can be very sloppy. So when was the last time you signed something and had to fix it? You just, here you go, please sign this, ma'am or sir, and you sign away, and that's it. There's no fixing to do. Number 4, we'll try to get this real quick. Unnatural strokes or lines that appear to be confusing. Subsignatures can be very complex, and the fabricator may not know exactly the motion to accomplish this signature in the original way that it was done. Various lines may be connected. However, the fabricator does not really know the correct way of doing it. So, by looking at these signatures here, one may start the S way down here. One could start it in a different place. Usually the person that's doing the signature, if they're faking it, might not necessarily know the exact way that it's actually signed by the real person who does it. So stick around. We've only got just a couple more seconds, and I've got to go ahead and stop this section I'll go ahead and make the other section here in just a second.